In this coaching session, we are looking at a player that needed help with his AWPing and overall rotations. As an AWPer, rotation is a key skill to learn to be elevated to the next level. Sit back, grab your pen and paper and enjoy. Alright, I will just go quickly on Discord and see what you wanted to look at here. Right, rotations?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I'm just kind of lost in the game, so I am like somewhere and I don't know why I'm there and what I'm looking at, and I feel like I'm kind of useless on the map and not doing anything. I really don't really mind playing any role or like any position on the map, and I prefer to have comfort with my teammates since I kind of believe in them. Even those are random, so I just kind of fit in wherever it's needed.
Right. Yeah, because as the AWPer at least, it's very important to know your rotations. That is like a key thing. But unlucky. I would say you played well there. You did the correct time of rotate. What I would say I see like a little bit you can like look into is like a little bit of like the awareness part, right? Because if you go here in B, for instance, when you peeked on B, this is all fine what you're doing now. It's good crosshair placement, but the way you were peeking after you got this kill is kinda bad. Because you peek so close to the wall. So when you, for instance, peek out like here, the guys in bottom banana can see some of you now. And if they're there, they will start shooting you.
Yeah, okay.
And you can see the same happen as well when you peeked here. Right? You kind of look here. And then you just completely drop that they could be on site at all. You can just like skim around it and start looking towards long. If that makes sense. And now you're looking good. And now when you walk out, you're not looking anywhere. This is all I could see at least in this round.
Alright.
It's just some small stuff. As soon as you like realize you're doing it, you're gonna stop doing it right away. You make it first. Oh. It's yeah, a little bit unlucky there for getting out your utility, but that's just timing in the end. See, where did this smoke land? See? Yeah, be a little bit careful there. Like they won't push it, but you know, if your teammate, for instance, wants to now peek it, unlucky. If your teammate, for instance, wants to peek that and it's opening and there's somebody sitting there, you know, you'll have a little mad teammate.
Yeah, I know. I have to work a bit about this like mid smokes because I always throw them like just whatever, but I'm still like looking in them because I know there are some gaps.
I see. Yeah. That's good, you know. Oh yeah, he's just getting timing on you. Just got timing. I'll give you a hint here. When you're holding apps here, you're kind of not looking apps. You're kind of just chilling pit, not looking at anything.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see the enemy gets a crazy timing on you. Where you peek out, he's just around, and you peek back. And look, right now, this is good. Right now, you're holding here, that's good. This as well is very good. But as soon as you go pit, you kind of loses the plot. Because when you're playing pit, usually apps is your target. And you can see, you're not really looking apps. You're kind of just chilling here, doing some jiggles, and he gets across. And that can happen when you give them that little space, because CSGO, again, is a game all about timings. As soon as you give them that little bit of timing, they might be able to catch you on it. And it's lucky timing in the end. So just be a little bit careful there next time. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I will next time give you a hint there. When it's this big of an opening in the smoke, I don't know if you played with this guy on roof, but don't smoke mid then. Because they might think that short is smoked and will wide swing the guy on the roof and you will be getting 1 or 2 free kills there.
Okay.
So just like play around bad smokes by your teammates. By your enemy. Usually it can give you some crazy one-ways or just big gaps in the smoke and you can get some kills from that. But you lose one in middle. Your teammate is 20 HP.
I just take a defensive position so I can, because in this position I usually can get 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, it's a great position. So we talked about rotation, right? And this is something I talked to one of my other students with. I will show you this. So rotation is not only like rotating to site, it's as well understanding when your teammate needs you, and then getting to their help as soon as possible. And in this type of rounds, your teammates in mid need you more than you in like a defensive position here. Because first guy dies right away. And your other teammate is like 23 HP. Around here, you almost have to think like going back and helping him now. And you can do that by just pushing apps, trying to take that from the T. Or just going into mid, trying to get the trade whenever he gets killed. Because when you lose both in mid, you get a very tough task. If now you lose your teammate, and now you're completely alone here. In this position, it's good if you have a long player. Because if you have a long player, they can't attack you from long. But if you don't have a long player and they swing apps and long, you're in like one of the worst positions for the long fight at least. Because you're completely in the open. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're kind of understanding that right away, that when your first teammate die, go to mid and help him instead. But what do I know? You might have a crazy play here. And right, nice kill, fall off here, perfect. Oh! Alright, low HP, like the flash. Oh, little too soon to peek, unlucky, unlucky. You get a 1-for-1, which is fine here. I still think you should have played more with your teammates to give them at least a better chance to survive. Great shot by your teammates. I like this push. You catch him. Oh, this is gonna be like one of these timing stuff again. Oh! Nice, nice catch. A little rule you can live by here. Always think that there's 2 players whenever you kill one. Always think there's one more. Because at a lower level, people go a lot alone. And still at a high level, people does, right? But when I play Inferno T-side, I always go alone in apps trying to get like, be a lurker. But always in the start of the round, or like whenever you kill one guy, always think there's one more. And that doesn't have to be from the same position. It could be from the right side if they took, right? If they are able to get to the right side as well as left side, for instance. If you kill one on left, think that there's one more left. If not, there's one more left, think that there's one more on the right side. So you don't get these deaths where you run with the knife out ready to pick up the gun. Yeah, because this position right here is not the most ideal position for an AWPer, like in apps. Because it's very thin walls, so as soon as you miss the shot, you're a little bit slower, they can wallbang you, so be a little bit careful. You're doing correct as well. Guy on apps, he uses your swing out and he... Oh, great shot. He misses big time. Well played. Now you're hitting your shots. Oh, almost number 3. I think that's a great round by you, by the way. That's what we should have seen last round as well from you. But a great round.
I think I wasn't that far. I just missed my shot, so yeah, that's on my side. I need to train my aim a bit. So yeah, I'm like training every day.
That's good.
So,
all right, we can talk a little bit about the pistol here. Why not? First of all, you said you sometimes were a little bit unsure where, like on the map, you were a little bit lost. What do you mean by that?
I feel like, for example, if I can get you like a example, for example, if I play long on Inferno and I have up there and I just got smoked there, and then I kind of don't know, I just go on, like I'm holding for the, I don't know if it's better for hold to like smoke push or just to help my teammates on A, like holding apps and stuff like that.
Yep, okay, that's what I see. So a lot of players struggle with this, and this is like a little hurdle you have to get over in the end, of course. So, you see this a lot in lower ranked in Mirage on Window. Whenever a AWP gets smoked, they just sit and wait for the smoke to disappear, and then they peek mid and they die, or they sit there, the enemy runs up connector and they kills their teammate on A, they lose the round. You have to understand like why you're in a position. What is like the main like parts of the position I play. Right, so let's say long. Your idea of long, when you play long, is to hold mid or boiler. Well, what happens when a smoke comes in? Well, now you can't hold anymore. That means your position long is useless, if that makes sense. And then you have to then do the decide. Do you push the smoke? Because I always say, if you have a confident game, for instance, and you feel like you have a good timing, go for the push. Push the smoke, get a kill and fall back. But usually the best there is just fall back and hold apps for 10 seconds and then come back to long after the smoke is gone. And you don't have to peek long, you just have to hold long. And you can see this in the pistol as well. I feel like you kinda lost. You can see 3 teammates in mid and you and your teammate here. Your teammate run up banana, He's already swinging and you're behind here. You have no reason to be behind here, because your teammate already have covered like top banana for you. Now you're getting back, right? If your teammate with a swing died, your trade is way too late, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Though there's a position here. If I'm not wrong, one of your teammates is going for a smoke. I don't know if he's calling it. If he didn't call it, it's not your fault. If you called it, you should wait for it. I'll give you a good hint there right away. Whenever you only have a pistol, you want to be playing with your teammates. I think the only time you can like go alone when you have a pistol is if you have like a deagle or like a Tekna and you just want to rush something because you have a good spawn. Other than that, when you have pistol, always play with your teammates. Like wait for one more teammate to get into apps with you before you peek. If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
Just gives you such a higher chance of surviving and getting that kill. Deacon not paid. Alright, good Molotov. Oh! What a counter! I respected you still going for it. Great shot by your teammates. He's been hitting some great scout shots. It's a short player die. Great find. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, it seems like you're still a little unaware where to look maybe, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the apps because we like didn't clear that, and I'm not sure how the whole round went, but I kind of just figure out that if there will be one guy on A, it will be in apps, and then the other two guys will be on B. So that's why I try to take the space.
Yep. So when you're doing the entry there, as the entry fragger, you want to take space. That is literally the only job when you're entering. You just take space. If you die, that's fine as long as you got the space. Your entry frag is very good in this one because you don't die. But let's say you died here. What happens?
Nobody is gonna refrag me, so...
Yeah, and all the space you created is completely useless. Because if you die, right now you have created this is what you always want to ask for your entry fragger, right? You want him to go out, get to site, and plant down, and you win the round. But when that doesn't happen, and you go out, you do everything perfect, a guy comes behind you right now, he shift walked, he got a crazy timing on you, he kills you, your two teammates in mid, they're just gonna run back to B, and everything you did on A is just useless. So, and I know like you see the map right now, it will never happen, but there's gonna be games where that happens. So just be a little bit careful about that. Make sure, like, call to your teammates, I'm on site, you gotta come now. Or wait for them to join you after you get the kill. Because after you got the first kill, you could have waited for your teammates, let they come to you, and then you could have went together. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So just like have that like a little bit like so you remember it. Yeah, very dangerous. I love the what entry fragging, but goddamn is it dangerous. Alright, two teammates dies. Oh, this is you. If he peeks. Great shot. Hit now. Great trade. Great shots, by the way. Oh, oh yeah, you can't. That is the problem there. Because you had a great rounder, man. Getting library is great, and getting the pit player is amazing. But you need your teammates there as well. You need the two other guys that run up long for no reason. They have to come with you, so that doesn't happen. As well as your lurker now. Yeah, that's... But still a nice try, You're a G2 fan, or did you buy it with the stickers?
Oh, I'm G2 fan.
You're a G2 fan, alright. Yeah, there, just be a little bit more aware there, like positional wise, but I just do like some rounds of Y-Prac.
Yeah.
I can give you a hint there if you need like a refresher, like something fast. Do Y-Prac like before you join like the FACEIT game. If you get like Inferno, do you Y-Prac on the position of the map where you struggle, right? If you think apps is very tough for you, if let's say you're a little bit unsure in apps where to look, just skip to the part of apps and just run just one take of apps. And just like do the Y-Prac there and then you join the game. Just to be a little bit like refreshing where they can be.
Oh yeah, okay. Sounds good.
You would do a great play, like going down here, waiting, getting the first guy and then jumping. But then next you would like go up here and start opening from here, for instance, or you would fall all the way down to like pit. As the opener, you don't want to get stuck in pit. Because yeah, you can, you know, you can you know, do some plays like that, but that's very unlikely you will ever be able to. What you want to do, for instance, is just run back here and start looking from here, right? Because last time enemies saw you, they saw you in apps, so they're going to be very worried about apps and pit, because they saw you last run in pit, right? So if you're here and the guy's swinging out, that's a free kill. Other was the mid smoke, which I never know like how to throw it perfect. I think if you, right? So I think you were always like aiming a little bit high. When you aim high, it have more airtime.
Yeah.
Just aim lower. It don't have to be much lower, something like that. Then the other thing was the entry fragging. I think you did great entry fragging. Sometimes a little bit unaware maybe of where they could come from, like we saw in like the second last round, where you went, you peeked like this, and then you got a good flick on this guy standing here, because he must have like looked at his map or something. But be a little bit aware of like where you have to look, right? Because you were like peeking like this. Now you have to be looking here, here, and like sometimes a curl angle like this, even like here, right? So be a little bit more aware when you're entry fragging, because you cannot die if you swing out like this. You cannot die to a guy up here, a guy down here, or a guy here, or a guy here, if that makes sense. So give yourself some like rules when you rotate, when you like play your positions and like your roles, if that makes sense. Other than that, like I didn't really see much utility from you, but I think that's just because you were kind of entry fragging and you don't really use too much utility then. This flash is a very good one that you were throwing. Just peek with it. Another good thing you can do as well with it is to peek, and you can still play like here, because it won't tag you.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, but if you do the run and now you go here, now it's a problem. So you just be back, just throw, and you can play like in here. These guys will be full blind coming out by this one right there, and you will not. So it's a very good if they're out. You just remember.